So Frank, let's say we get a brand new porch. It's great. It's year one. I plan to have this building for 30 years, hand it over to my kids. What are some things I can do to elongate the life of that porch and get the most out of it, so I don't have to replace it, in the near future? What are some just like annual things I can do as an owner to elongate that lifespan?
If you read any directions on any of these for sealing the porches, they're going to tell you to wait for the wood to turn gray. I always say, depending on what the exposure is of the sun, if you're full exposure from like day one of installing it, you're probably going to want to put a treatment on it within probably the first 6 months. But if you got a porch that's not getting a lot of sun, it's only getting a half a day's worth of sun, you don't have to treat that porch for 3, 4, 5 years. So it really depends on really the amount of UV rays that are beating up the porch. But if you were a new buyer, and I would tell you to wait at least a year to 2 years before putting any kind of product on the porch. And once you decided with the product, I would make sure that you would remember that product, because if you try to go 5 years after or 3 years after installing a Sherwin-Williams and now you're going to do a bare finish, those two will never adhere together ever in a million years. So they'll start to peel. So if you use a bare, you got to use bare. If you use, Deck Tech or something, you got to continue to use that same product every year. So I would wait year to 2 years automatically. Like the porch I got over there in Washington Park, it's going on its 4th year. I haven't done anything to it, and it's still just as good as the day I installed it.